What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another special interview. Today, I have the utmost pleasure to talk to somebody that has been, it seems like no matter where I turn, he pops up in one of my favorite films. He's forever working, currently working right now, and it's just a pleasure to be able to talk to him. So many things to talk about here. I'm with no other than Timothy V. Murthy. Timothy, how's it going today?
Good, good.
Good, good. He is Jerry in the new film Hell Have No Fury, which is going to be available in theaters November 5th and in digital release November 9th. We may have an extra guest jump on for this interview, but we will see. But for right now, we're going to talk to Timothy. Where are you right now, buddy? Because it seems like you're in a remote location, so it seems like you're up to something.
I am up to something as always, I'm underground. Um, I am in a friggin' hotel room in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I'm shooting a thing called Night. Bruce Willis is in it, and Jack, what is it? Anyway, I'm just doing a movie here in New Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, the pandemic happened and a lot of people took the year off, work slowed down, but your resume didn't. And still looking at the things you got coming up, so many different projects. I don't even know. How'd you even fit this one in there? Like, how'd you make time for this film?
This was actually one of the most enjoyable, fun projects I did in the last while. COVID killed us all, and it was very difficult for us, But we quarantined for this one, and we got it out there, and all the actors pulled together along with the director. I think most of us had worked with the director before, so it was really a great passion project, and hopefully it came out good because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to the premiere on November 5th. Yeah.
Look, you're as excellent as always. I do want to ask because, like, I feel like when somebody casts you for a project, you got to give you a script, obviously, and you let you look at it, but like the way how you take characters and make them your own, like in this role particular too, because like I feel like there's this a sense of just this really cool laid back demeanor, very proficient, and then it eventually escalates at some point, but like I just don't honestly feel someone can write that for you. So my question is, like, how much do you have impact and influence in your character, your roles in the script once given to you? Because you're a natural. I'm pretty sure you don't even need scripts at time, but at least you gotta know what character you're gonna be, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Jesse gave me the script and I liked it and I love the character, and so I worked with some people from West Virginia for the accent, which is always fun. I got him to tape the lines into a tape for me, and then I looked up documentaries about people from West Virginia back in the Second World War days, and I listened to bluegrass mountain music, and you kind of get a walk for the character, and it starts kind of bubbling around in your mind. Whether that's the character that the director had envisioned or the writer, who knows? This is the character they're gonna get because you're playing the role. So they were happy with it, so I was fine.
How could they not? And one of my favorite parts of this film is really the banter between you and Louis Mandylor, who plays Major Maitland. How, I mean, it's to me, it's still mind blowing that you two have never worked with each other, but you and the chemistry you two have is if y'all are like blood brothers. How did you work this out to really bring that camaraderie for army mates to life? Because it's the most enjoyable part that I feel like it carries the whole middle of the film.
Yeah, yeah, when you meet people and you talk to them, and you know, we got on very well. Number one, and like everybody, we weren't putting on false personas or anything. We're quite honest with each other, and we've all had our ups and downs in life, and we discussed those, and we just yeah, the two of us, of course, are immigrants to this country. I'm from Ireland and he's from Australia. And, you know, so we had that in common. So really, we had a lot in common, and I suppose we kind of play similar roles in different movies that we do
Yeah,
as well. Um, but you know, it's like two solid guys, you know, hitting it off, and you know, I would consider Louis quite a solid guy, you know. So yeah.
I can see that. I absolutely can see that, and that's what I got from it. It's just, again, that's why I'm like, I can't believe you two never work with each other, but you come off as if you two are long term friends and have worked plenty of times. And like when you see these characters, no matter whatever the situation that they're in, they got each other back. I mean, to be honest, as much as this story is kind of revolved around a love story, the camaraderie between the two of you two is also a little bit of a heart wrench as well too. You want to see, regardless of what side you are on this, you want to see the two of you two make it out throughout this. And I think that was also like, as part of the comedy to this was also part of the heart as well, seeing you two function as a unit. So
Yeah.
really really good tandem between the two of you two, and I love some of the lines with it. Now, my absolute favorite moment of this film involves your character Jerry, who again has just been really kind of calm, laid back, good dialogue, good one liners, all that stuff. And I thought that was just going to be it. I thought we were just going to have a few bullets fly and whatnot, and that just be it. But your character had other things in mind. Could you talk me through when you looked at the script and you saw that you was going to have to get down and dirty a little bit with the hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to be doing that. It's not stuff it's not stuff you kind of take a movie for or anything, but I think Jesse came up with how gory or how vicious it was gonna be, you know. So that wasn't friggin' up to me. So he's and then the stunt coordinator will come around. So Jesse will probably say to the stunt coordinator, just make some fucking cool fighting shit for me, you know. and and then I'm in the middle of it, then like basically playing a vampire, you know. So yeah, it was, and it's funny we're talking about that because I just did another interview, and the interviewer had seen a horror movie I did about a year or two ago called Broil, where I actually play a friggin' vampire in that. So it's funny that we're talking about that scene, you know. So yeah, but it was good fun. It was good fun.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing out here. We're biting the net and having a blood blast from that vein popping. It was amazing. I really liked it. And I thought that again, with your extensive background in stunts and just acting period, that like if it was anybody that was going to have that type of scene, it was definitely going to be you. And I was anticipating it the entire time. I'm like, there's a lot of action stars in this. Somebody better do something really crazy, and then you let me have it.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I talked to Daniel Bernhardt, and you two both have, again, very very impressive resumes, and you've all worked with so many different people. You all have been in all different types of roles in Hollywood. I think it's very timely to bring this up, and I want to tap your brain a little bit about this. Um, Safety on the set. It's we've had a tragedy happen recently. It's affected a lot of people, and for what it is, people see it from that level. And I always think in situations and tragedies and whatnot, I think that education is always a big part of going forward. Could you talk a little bit about your knowledge, your experience, the tools that you keep at all times whenever you're enter a set, that could be valuable for anybody listening to this going forward?
Well, in most of the projects I have, I play the bad guy and I get killed. So obviously, if someone's shooting a gun at me, I'm gonna fucking check the gun to see is it loaded or not, right? And
Yep.
the armorer, the guy that's in charge of the guns, there in any set I've been on, they have they've been quite anal, if you know what I mean. In fact, you get a pain in the ass from some of them. They're so friggin' on the ball, checking the thing and taking the gun off you and asking you to hand them the gun the minute you're finished, and they only want to touch the gun. And so it's usually in most movies, I must say, uh, very top notch, where they do consider these guns dangerous, and
Mm-hmm.
one person deals with them or his assistant deals with them, and that's it. And they hand them to you, or they tell you whether you're going live. And nothing's going live until someone shout there's a live gun on set, or you're going to be shooting a blank. And
Yeah.
it's not even used in rehearsals, you know. It's only
Yeah.
used when you're going to have action. And there's something like plexiglass in front of the camera if you're shooting in that direction. And you're never really shooting, pointing the gun at a person. It'll be to the right or left or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Mm-hmm.
experience, you know. And I
Yeah.
think that's the experience really in all sets. But
Yeah.
obviously with anything, and not just this, and I mean, I don't I wouldn't I hate, apportioning blame to anybody for anything, because whether this person was responsible or not, everyone is suffering right now, and obviously the victims a lot worse than anybody else. But
Yeah.
accidents happen, and it is such a tragedy for that lovely girl and her family, and the director and everybody involved, from Alec Baldwin to the guy that handed him the gun to the person in
Yeah.
charge of the guns. Everyone is, I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just really tragic. But it was obviously certain protocols weren't put in place. And
Yeah.
I would imagine, I don't know, I would hate to guess anything myself, but on the sets I'm on, that I have been on, they've been quite anal, if I can put it that
Yeah.
way, about gun safety, which
Yeah.
now when you look at it, it's the best way to
For the
be,
better good. Yeah.
overly protective, yeah.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Yeah, and when I kind of look at her career and look at yours, I can honestly say it was only a matter of time before you two would have worked with each other. Certainly streaming down the same trajectory, but like I said,
Definitely.
everyone is affected.
Yeah, I've been doing so many, and it's a great time now, which is, the industry is totally changing after COVID and things, and there's a
Yeah.
huge amount of independent movies been made, which allows us actors the opportunity to do great parts,
Yep.
because it goes from those superhero movies that I'm not really into too much, to
Mm-hmm.
the independent movies that as an actor you can get to do some good work. The
Yes.
sad thing right now, I notice, though, is the middle ground, where you get the movies that are maybe going for Oscars, but are the 20 million to 80 million movies. There's less and less of those, which is terrible. It seems to be like society itself, where the middle class has been pushed out, and you have the
Whew.
poorer class and the multimillionaires. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, you nailing it there. You 1,000,000,000% right there. Woo. Oh man. So this film is based on true events. I wasn't able to find out, but was there any source material from either Major Maitland or Jerry? Was there anything for you all to be able to research? Now I know you said you worked on dialect with looking for West Virginia and military from the past, so American military from there. But was these actually real soldiers back in the day?
I do not know that, actually. I didn't think I needed to know that or anything. I was just concentrating on my character,
Yeah.
and probably didn't get a lot of time for preparation. I did the most that I could do, as far as knowing that guy actually existed. Obviously, a person like him existed, I would imagine,
Right. Right. Right.
but whether those names of those characters ever existed, I do not know. So yeah.
Okay. 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 Well, I'm gonna leave you with two more questions. Now, we were expecting Louis to probably pop up in this interview, and I thought it would be interesting to have you two together because of just again the camaraderie between the two characters. Could you tell me a little bit about in the filming of this any outtakes that the two of you all had? I mean, yes, I get it. You got to get there, you got to do the job, and there's no time for games. But I could imagine with again the two of you all's backgrounds that at some point you kind of kicked back and got distracted and talked about or did other things. But did you have any other funny moments or such that stick out to you from any of the conversations with them filming with him?
Um, I don't think anything major. I mean, he's quite a boring motherfucker, you know. So, uh, you know, he'd go straight to his trailer. He wouldn't really talk to anyone. A bit of a prima donna. So, uh, yeah, it appeared like we got on great, you know, because with our acting, but it was
Yeah.
really only acting, you know.
See, that Friends crew. I've heard rumors about them.
Yeah, exactly. They don't like each other.
That is too funny. Look, I couldn't let you go without wanting to dig a little bit into what you got coming up. And you got some major projects coming up. Matt Gruber is one that I can't wait till Peacock and it releases. But of all of the different things that you got coming up, any that you can talk about or share a little bit of your excitement about?
Yeah, MacGruber's coming up, in December, I think, which should be great, actually.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
look at the cast. Jesus
the
Christ.
cast was amazing, and it was such fun doing it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm working with Val Kilmer's son, Jack, on a movie here in New
Yeah.
Mexico right now. And what else? I'm doing a Western in Montana in December. I got a script for a boxing movie, but I'm unsure whether I'll be able to do it or not, or squeeze it in. And then there's a movie I did called New Year that's coming out, I think. I was at the premiere of that a few weeks ago. That's another independent. And, you know, I think they're pushing Broil, that horror movie I did for Halloween for people to watch. And yeah, I just did SWAT with Shamar Moore. That was out recently. That was fun. We shot that in Mexico. And so who knows? Yeah, I bet you I'm forgetting something. But oh yeah, there's another horror thing I did, or a scary kind of thing I did called what's it called? Fire Island. You know.
Yep,
So,
I just looking at that. Yep, another one accomplished. I see. Look, you're getting no sleep in, buddy.
I'm not, no, because those friggin' kids are, you know, they want to be fed. So, you know, and the wife keeps ordering Amazon, so I'm fucked basically.
Someday you're just gonna have to sit back and tell your wife, saying, "See, all my hard work that you're spending on Amazon stuff has Bezos in space right now. Just look how this works, and we're just still here."
Bezos in space, I love it.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. I usually, you know, in doing interviews, I just got to say that, you know, I try to, you know, talk about the film and don't get too personal. But there's one thing I do got to say before we get done. Your work in National Treasure and my occupation is well connected, and that's all people need to know. So forever will be linked because of that.
I love it. It's fantastic.
You know the story, the fans know, but
a bit of trivia, you know.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much for always being on my screen, always being the fakes. And I'm just like, hey, if he's in it, I'm checking it out. And, you know, even though you're a bad guy at times, you're still so likable. And today has just solidified that you're a hell of a person. So thank you so much for taking time talking to me. And folks, please go check out Hell Have No Fury again in theaters November 5th and in digital November 9th. And also, I will say this too, fans. As he said, independent films, give it some love. Check them out. You're seeing top tier actors going to do passion projects, which means that their heart, their dedication, their versatility is on display. You're seeing things that you typically don't see, and it means a lot to them, and they need our support. The big top box office ones, they'll get their love. Always. They always will. But it's your job to go out there and make sure you show love for the independent films. And this is one you strongly should check out. You got my word. You see Tim's hard work, taking time out between filming and being able to talk to me about it. That just shows you the dedication, folks. So you do your part, and he'll keep making movies so he can feed his kids.
Great talking to you, brother. I love you.
All right, brother. You take care. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. And I'll see you around for more interviews very soon.